This is Saturday Bhagavatam class, February 1st, 2025, and we're on 3rd Canto, Chapter 1. We're starting 3rd Canto today, and everyone was supposed to read before, and we'll start this chapter. Have your book here. So this says here is questions by Vidura. Vidura is the brother of Dhritarashtra. He's a Kshatriya, but he renounced his home to search for the absolute truth, to search for Bhagavan. Of course, he's already a devotee, so he's not really searching, but he's on Tirtha going here and there. So in this chapter 1 of the 3rd Canto, Vidura meets Uddhava, and he also meets Maitreya Muni. Maitreya Muni is a great sage. He's a son of Brahma, I believe so. And he has many questions in this chapter. That's why it's called Vidura Prashna, questions by Vidura. So, this 3rd canto, as we discussed in Canto 2, it's Canto 2, we left off in chapter 10, where Shukadeva is describing to Parikshit the 10 subjects which makes a Purana a Purana. Purana means a Vedic literature, Sanskrit literature, compiled by Vyasadeva, which covers 10 topics, 10 subjects: creation, dissolution, the avatars of Bhagavan, the pastimes of Bhagavan, and sadhana bhakti, and the goal of the sadhana and the sadhya. The goal of sadhana is mukti, moksha. So even they talk about varnashram dharma in the Purana, and talk about manvantaras, Swayambhuva Manu, etc. So even the Bhagavatam, you look at Vishnu Puran, Bhagavad Puran, Skanda Puran, Padma Puran, they all have chapters about Krishna Lila. They all describe the avatar of Kurma and Matsya and the Shringa and Vaman. All of them describe. For example, Vishnu Puran describes Ras Lila very minutely. It's only 100 verses or something. But in Bhagavatam, it's 5 chapters. It's like 350 verses. It's quite extensive. So Bhagavatam emphasizes more about Krishna's pastimes. They're very briefly mentioned in other Puranas. It's interesting to note that in the Padma Puran, unlike the Bhagavad Puran, the Padma Puran, it mentions the name of the gopis in Rasa. And Brahma Gita, the Padma Puran says, Radharani speaking to the bumblebee. So that's why our acharyas, when they're commenting on the Bhagavad Puran, they say Radharani spoke to the bumblebee, because they got that fact from another Puran called Padma Puran. Also, an interesting feature of Padma Puran is the fact that Padma Puran describes Astakaya Lila of Radha Krishna. So it's not a new thing. The most ancient Sanskrit books, it describes the 8-fold pastimes of Radha Krishna. Pratak Lila, Nishant Lila, Pratak Lila, Purvan Lila, Madhyan Lila, etc. So our Goswamis, like Krishnadas Kaviraj, he took the lead from the Srimad Bhagavatam and the Padma Puran and Bhagavad Puran. He took the lead from them to write his magnum opus called Govinda Lilamrita, which is a beautiful exposition of Krishna's Sakaya Lila. You want to come up here and sit, lean against the wall here, because they're going to be translating and distract you. Plus, they're also... Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, give us some shave with some of the slides. Come. Thanks, man. So that's just... So it says, having already shown that the Bhagavatam was revealed first by Narayan to Brahma and Narada, it is again shown it's also revealed by Shesha to the Kumaras. It's just the commentary of Vishnu. So let's skip ahead here. Because, of course, it's interesting, whenever you're reading the Bhagavatam, you should always be able to have an answer to these 6 questions. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. who's speaking, where they're speaking, because there's conversations within conversation within conversation. Sometimes Krishna's telling something that he heard from Brahma, and it gets complicated. So the running dialogue in the Bhagavatam is who's the major speakers? Who's the main speaker of Bhagavatam? Sukadeva Goswami. Who's the main listener?
Maharaj Parikshit.
Maharaj Parikshit. When did Sukadeva start speaking the Bhagavatam? Second canto. First canto was spoken by who? Sukadeva Goswami is answering the questions of whom?
Along with all the
Shaunak Rishi and all other rishis. Where are they? They're in Naimisharanya. So when Sukadeva Goswami, why is he able to speak about the Bhagavatam? Sukadeva Goswami can tell Shaunak Rishi about the Bhagavatam because he was sitting there and heard the Bhagavatam when Sukadeva Goswami spoke at Shukartala. Shukartala is near Meerut. Shukartala, where Sukadeva spoke to Parikshit Maharaj, is not the same place where Sukadeva Goswami spoke to Shaunak Rishi. Two different places. So that these conversations are going in and outside of each other. So and then they enter, and then so like Sukadeva Goswami is talking to Shaunaka, and he's telling about Vidura and Uddhava. And Uddhava recites a conversation that Krishna told Uddhava. There are three conversations, like a juggler. A juggler guy takes one ball, then two balls, then three, and four, five, and he's like going crazy. So you have to be a spiritual juggler to understand Bhagavatam, where we are. So that's why I say these questions always be in your mind, your hard drive is always spinning. You know, continue a non-stop hard drive. It's always spinning. Who, what, when, where, why, how, who's speaking. So Sukadeva Goswami is talking about Shukadeva, and Shukadeva is citing a conversation with Dura Maitreya, and then Maitreya cites a conversation. So you go from, it's like monkey climbing a tree, you know. You go this branch, then that branch, and that branch. Same one tree with so many different branches. So what branch are you on? At any given time, you have to know, otherwise you get really confused. Sometimes I'm reading Bhagavatam for 50 years. I say, who's speaking this? I'm in the middle of a chapter and I get lost. So I go back up and say, oh, it was Brahma, and now it's Narad, you know, so I missed the transition. So you have to be, because half the time you're sleeping, half the time you're awake, Brahma's speaking, and all of a sudden Narada and Muni starts speaking. So you miss the transition. So your Bhagavatam means you have to be awake. It'll wake you up, it'll enlighten you, but if you want to get enlightened, you have to be at least awake. You want to see the light, your eyes have to be open. But if you're sleeping, you can't see the light, you get enlightened. Do I have a handkerchief? I don't see it. I don't see it. Oh, wait, no, I don't see it. Can I get another one? Oh, wait a minute, here it is. Thank you. Sorry. Okay, so let's look at verse 7. Yada Sabayam Kuru Deva Devya Keshavi Marsham Sutakarma Garyam Navarayam Asa Nipa Snushaya Swashir Harantya Kushakun Kumani. So Sukadeva Goswami speaking this verse, describing Dhritarashtra was materially blind. Dhritarashtra, who is he? Who's his son? Duryodhana. Duryodhana means bad fighter, dirty fighter. So Dur means, and also he could fight from a long distance. Dur means bad, means difficult, means distant. So he could fight from far away because he knew mantra. He knew mantras. He put a mantra on his arrow and shoot it, could shoot 2 kilometers and kill somebody. So he's very far away, all of a sudden, a drone drops a bomb on your head. So the drone is the arrow shot by mantra. So it's called Duryodhana. Yudhya means fight and Dur means from distance. So Dhritarashtra was very favorable to his son, but he was materially blind and spiritually blind. Because his brother Vidura tried to advise him about Dharma, and he said, I'm sorry, I know what you're saying is true, but I'm attached to my son, I can't follow you. So attachment makes you blind. Material attachment makes you blind to the spiritual reality. This is the lesson of Dhritarashtra. Dhrita means very firm. Rashtra means government, means rule. Rashtra. Rashtriya Bhavan. We say Rashtriya Bhavan. Prime Minister's house, government house, Rashtriya Bhavan. So Dhrita means firm, unmoving. So Dhritarashtra is a very powerful name. He was a king. Dhritarashtra. You can't move his kingdom, you can't move him. But he was dumb. He couldn't take good instruction. So here in the commentary, Vishnu says, Kuru Deva Deva refers to Draupadi. Because it's saying, and when there's a gambling match, then the Yudhisthira and the Pandavas lost their collective wife, their shared wife, Draupadi, through Duryodhana's team. Shakuni and all those guys. What are the guys' names? Dushasana and Shakuni, Duryodhana. And so then they wanted to take her clothes off in the assembly and all the whole thing. So she was crying and very unhappy. And so in the old days, in the days of kings and queens in India, it was considered beautiful if a woman sprinkled red kumkum powder on the top part of her breast. Because they wore saris. They didn't wear cholis in the old days. In the old days, they didn't wear cholis. They wore a sari, and their top piece would go across like this. They wear sometimes a scarf, like a scarf around the top. So they sprinkle kumkum there because it's attractive to the king, and it's a sign of beauty. So all that kumkum was washed off. So we can see this. Kumkum is red in color. So the spilling of Draupadi's kumkum by being disgraced and disrobed was a harbinger, was a forecast that blood would be spilled by these guys. The kumkum is red and is dripping, and her tears are mixing with the kumkum and making red drops fall on the ground. So you get cut in the neck, then red drops will fall on the ground. It's called blood. So this was what do you call it? Omen. Like an omen, a sign, a chin, a sign that these guys are doing this, all their blood's going to fall on the battlefield. And it did. They're all wiped out. All the Kauravas were wiped out. So he says, it also indicates that the kumkum flowing from the breasts of Draupadi and that assembly, it indicates that the kumkum from the breasts of the wives of the enemies, the Kauravas, with their tears, would also be shed when they found out their husbands were killed. You know, your guys, your Kauravas, your husbands are doing this to me, so your husbands are going to die. This is Kshatriya. One big thing about Kshatriya they run by is what? Revenge. You mess with me. You mess with me 10 times, I mess with you 100 times. You hit me once, I hit you 20 times back. That's Kshatriya. You're not going to get away with this, buddy. So that's a very interesting point I wanted to make. What goes around comes around. No, that's the idea. So Draupadi, what's the nickname of Draupadi? Krishna. So what does Krishna say about where you have a combination of devotee and Krishna? What do you have? Yatra Yogeshwara. 18th chapter of Gita, verse number 70. So you have Draupadi, and she's a great devotee, pure devotee of Krishna. Krishna, so her name is Krishna. So what's the translation?
Wherever Krishna is there and Arjuna is there.
No, take it beyond that.
Yes.
Take it beyond that.
Wherever Krishna and his devotees are there.
Thank you. Big bro. It's sort of my keep it for the help out. So now what do you say? What do you say?
Wherever Krishna and his devotees are there Shri Vijay, victory is there.
Money.
Money, wealth.
And it is confirmed, Dhruvaniti. It's confirmed that they will do
What?
that.
It's for sure.
For sure.
For sure.
Assured.
Oh, certainly, without a doubt.
Dhruva.
Yeah, Drew, the word Drew means certainty. Like the little boy Drew, he was certain no one could mess. He said, I'm going to do this austerity, no one's going to turn me away from it, I'm fixed. Drew means fixed, actually. For fixed, this is fixed. I'm saying this, wherever my devotee is, he'll be successful, he'll be beautiful, he'll be wealthy, he'll be dharmic, everything will be there, because I'll be there to support him. So Draupadi was supported by Krishna, who worked on her side as a chariot driver of her husband, Arjuna. Very interesting. Now text 9. Oh, there's nothing there. Right. Okay, let's keep going. Okay. So Vidura is giving good advice to his brother Dhritarashtra. You should give some kingdom to Yudhisthira. He's your brother, and you know why are you doing like this? That's what he says in verse 11. But and he really speaks very heavily about his son. He said, "Your son is Maya. You know, he's going to ruin the whole dynasty." And then Duryodhana says, "I'm sorry, I can't. I'm too attached to my son. I can't follow you." Then Duryodhana got really angry because Duryodhana was sitting there in the assembly, hearing Vidura cut him to pieces. Vidura was telling the father. Vidura was telling the father of Duryodhana, "Your son's no good." So you're a Kshatriya. Anger is, you can't be a Kshatriya, you don't get angry. It means Rajagun. Rajagun means anger. Kamesha Krodesha.
Rajoguna Samadbhava.
Rajoguna Samudbhava. Krishna says in Gita, from Rajagun comes lust and anger, and everything else comes from there. It's a subset of lust, greed, of lust and anger, everything else is there. Greed, if there's lust there, there's greed there. And anger is there, then envy and all that, it all goes together. So that's why I said, Krishna says, Kamesha Krodesha. He only says two things. There's Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mada, Matsarya. There's 6 things. Kam, Krodh, 6 things. The old Krishna mentions 2. Compassion, that takes everything else also. But anger is tamaka. So, it starts with Rashikun, but it becomes tamaka when you murder the guy. He's dead. So let's see. So Duryodhana got angry, he said, throw this guy out. He threw his uncle out. So his uncle had his sword, he left it by the gate. So the Kshatriya said, okay, I renounce his family, I renounce my brother, I renounce my Varna. I'm taking sannyas. Not like sannyas. Renounce, he left. They went on Tirtha Yatra. So this is Mahabharata stuff here. The beginning of this 3rd canto, it's all Mahabharata. About the Pandavas, that's what Mahabharata's about. Look at page 15, verse number 28, 3rd canto, chapter 1. It's talking about different avatars, different aspects of Krishna. Chaturvyuha. Chaturvyuha is Krishna's expansions. Who is Chaturvyuha?
Sankarsana Aniruddha Pradyumna.
Vasudeva Shankarshan. Get the right order, Jack.
Vasudeva Sankarsana Aniruddha.
Vasudeva Shankarshan. Aniruddha Pradyumna. And they represent what? Vasudeva represents consciousness.
Vasudeva.
What about Sankarshan?
Sankarsana is Samudchaya.
You guys are right. You got a good backup there. Your big brother's back here. Sankirtan represents ego, Hankar. Who is the worshiper of Sankirtan?
Shiva.
Shiva. So how do you get free from false ego? Shiva Puja. Shiva Chaturasi coming up next month. So you worship Shiva and pray that you can get Seva Bhav, Krishna Seva Bhav. Get the Bhav, true Bhav and mode of a servant of Krishna, which is our constitutional nature. Jivara Surabhaya Krishna, or Sruva Lakshana, main characteristic of the Jiva is Seva. But we're corrupted by Maya, so we think we're enjoyers. We're gods, we're rulers, we're enjoyers, we're perfect. So, we have to worship Krishna. We also worship Krishna's devotees. Vaishnavam Yata Shambhu. Shambhu Shiva is the greatest Vaishnava. So by worshiping Vaishnava, because what do we say, who do we worship? Three. Who are they?
Hari Guru Vaishnava.
Hari Guru Vaishnava. We worship them, everything will become fulfilled by worship of them. Anything we need, anything we want, anything we require for spiritual perfection will be attained by worshiping Hari, Guru, and Vaishnava. So you can't say that worshiping of Shiva is against Vaishnava principle. That's an aparat. The second aparat to what?
No.
Bina, to see some difference. Of course, Vishnu is independent of Shiva. Shiva is the expansion of Vishnu. Shiva can never become Vishnu, but he's a separate tattva. Shiva tattva, which is aspect of Vishnu tattva. Because there's one form of Shiva, it's called Sada Shiva. There's no such thing as a Sada Brahma. Of course, there are Devatas in the spiritual world, that's another thing. But in the material world, all the Devatas, the only one that has a spiritual form is Shiva, Sada Shiva, who's Vishnu tattva. So Shiva is a very bewildering tattva. So worshipping Shiva on Monday is very good for devotees that are serious about bhakti. You go to Gopishwar Mandir in Vrindavan. Who do you find in there doing puja? Do you find Shaivites?
Vaishnavas.
You find all Vaishnavas. Where from? Radha Gopinath Mandir, Radha Raman Mandir, Radha Gokulanab, Radha Raman Tihak. All the Goswamis of Vrindavan are worshipping Shiva. Because they want to get the pure Seva Radharani and go to Vrindavan. So Shiva, Govishwar especially, will give that. So you go to Mathura, who do you find in the Bhuteshwar Mahadev temple? All Chobe Brahmins from Mathura. You find a few handful of Shaivites also. Mostly Vaishnavas. So this verse number 28 is talking about Pradyumna. Pradyumna is Krishna's Chaturvyuha. And he represents, I forget what Pradyumna represents. Mind? No, Aniruddha represents mind. Pradyumna represents, I don't know, you remember?
Intelligence.
Yeah, thank you. Pradyumna represents buddhi, intelligence, and mind is represented by Aniruddha. So, intelligence can be bewildered because Pradyumna's expansion is what? Kamadev. Kamadev is the Lord of lust, material Kamadev. The Prakrit Kamadev, but there's Aprakrit Kamadev who is Madan Mohan, Krishna. So it's very interesting topic. So in the commentary, Krishna says, this verse, this is stated to create astonishment within the human pastime. The verse says, O Uddhava. So who's asking the question in verse 28? Who's speaking?
Vidura.
To who? Okay. Who's narrating? Tricky guys up. Sukadev is narrating to whom? Okay. So he says, he asks rather, he means Vidura, O Uddhava, who is Pradyumna? whom Rukmini obtained from Krishna after worshipping the Brahmins, who was Cupid in his previous birth. In other words, Cupid commentates an amsha, an expansion of Krishna in the form Pradyumna. That's what we're trying to understand. So it says, previously Pradyumna was Kamadev. Jambavati performed austerity to get Kartikeya as her son. Cannot be taken literally, since Jambavati and Rukmini are Srupa Shakti of the Lord. They do not need to perform sadhana to get Devata as their son. Okay, that's just an interesting thing. Okay, let's go on. There are all kinds of different personalities here, inquiring about different persons. Have any questions on these verses as we pass along? The idea when you read this chapter on your own, if you read a verse, have a question, put a question mark by it in your book. So when we go through the chapter, say, I have a question, you'll remember later. That's what I do. I read a chapter, I put a question, then I go back and try to find the answer by looking in Prabhupada's books. I have another Bhagavatam by Gita Press and see how they translate it. Because sometimes I lose track of where I am. Am I in Nirmishwaranya? Am I in Bhadarikashram? I get a little confused where the dialogue is going on. Okay, so turn to page 24, verse 44. Read the verse there, Gopal.
Ajasya janmotpatanashanaya karmanya karturgrahanaya pumsam nanmanyata korhati deha yogam paro gunanam uta karma tantram.
Read the translation here.
Though Krishna is without birth, he appeared in this world to destroy the wicked. Though without action, Krishna performed actions to attract his devotees. On the other hand, the jivas of this world are dependent on karma and rebirth. How can one who is beyond the gunas take a body and perform material actions?
So what quality of Krishna is this verse describing?
That he appears in his own spiritual body when he appears on earth.
Now the whole verse, there's many points in the verse. What is the one quality all the different aspects of the verse describe?
Compassion.
What?
Compassion.
No. Contradiction. Krishna walks, but he has no hands. Krishna eats, but he has no mouth. It's called contradiction. Everywhere his hand, he's localized, but everywhere his hands and legs. The verse in Gita, Sarvato Panipada, Sarvato Shishiromakam, Sarvata Shrutimaloke, Sarvam Avrichitishtati. So everywhere he's in one spot. He's right in front of your shoulder, but his hands are everywhere. His mouth is everywhere. So there's a contradiction. Anorani Yanma To Mahiyan. What does that mean?
He's
Anoraniyan Mato Mahiyan. What does it mean?
bigger than the big and smaller than the small.
He's smaller than the smallest and bigger than the biggest. So he's visible and invisible, small and big. So it's called contradiction. Look at the commentary. That's what it's all about. So Krishna, he harmonized. You see, there's that verse from, I think it's Bhagavad Sandarbha. It's Paramama Sandarbha or Bhagavad Sandarbha number 93. Akartam.
Kartum akartum anyatha kartum sa Ishvara.
Kartam, akartam, anyatha kartam.
Sa Ishvara.
What does it mean?
He can do whatever one.
Because he is the
Ishvara.
Ishvara, he can do it this way, or undo it that way, or do it another way. It's like you take three marbles and put them under 3 cups. Or put 1 marble and put it under 3 cups. And move the cups around. Where's the marble? Oh, I don't know. There. No, it's there. So Krishna, like usually when somebody says, oh, how is it Krishna does this? Somebody took me on Yatra to Nandagram and said that this happened here and this and there. But I thought it took place in Gokul. It took place in Gokul last kalpa. The last kalpa trick. That's called your ace in the hole, you know. You keep one ace in your hand. You put your queen down, put your king down, put your 10 on the stage, or you keep your ace. Okay. Okay, then clean up the hand. So, you try to catch the guy. Hey, well, you know, the Bhagavatam says it was something like this. No, that's the one kalpa. Another kalpa is like this. Okay. Throw the kalpa flag. So this is what Jiva Goswami is telling in Sandarbhas. Kartam akartam anyata kartam saishvara. He is his world, his ball game. He makes rules, he breaks rules. So we just worship him. We love him, that's all. The main thing is we don't care. We just love the guy. He's moral, he's immoral. He steals, he lies, he cheats. But sometimes he tells the truth. He just full of truth. Now, when Krishna spoke to Arjuna in Gita, what was it, 9th chapter, Canto Janani?
Ninth chapter? No.
Canto Janani, Nave
Bhakta
Bhakta.
Pranasya.
What chapter?
9th chapter.
Chapter I better study.
Abhijit Sudarachara, Vaishnava Seva. Then next comes that.
Yeah. 9th, 29 or something.
Yeah.
Gita Krishna tells Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, listen Arjuna, I can't say it. I really can't say it. You should say it that, listen, don't pay attention. Krishna asked Arjuna on the Kurukshetra, you announce that my devotee never perishes. Nay, pranashati nay. The prana of my devotee will never be destroyed. Nash means destroyed. Pranashati nay. So Vishnu asks a question in commentary. Why did Krishna speak the whole Gita? Now he stops the dialogue, asks Arjuna to talk. Why is that? So Vishnu says, everyone knows that Krishna is from Mathura. Everyone in Mathura lies. So that's why it's not safe to trust anyone from Mathura. So Arjuna speaking, he's from Indraprastha. He's from Delhi. So in Delhi has some morality, has some sense of etiquette. Here we use all gully language. We're from UP. Gully means dirty words. We speak very dirty words here in UP. Especially in Madan, we're champs. We're gully champs. We speak the dirtiest words. Like when people come to Radhakund from Delhi and Bombay and Ahmedabad and Chennai and other civilized places in India, and they don't give a donation or they give 100 rupees, the Brahmins chew the guys out like a cane juicer, you know. The guy, the people, sometimes I've been coming down the stairs to take a bath in Radhakund. People were coming up the stairs, looking at me, and they asked me, are you from around here? I said, yeah. Shyly. I said, yeah, we're what's with these Brahmins? I gave 100 rupees, the guy cursed me out, told my wife she'd have 7 miscarriages, and this and that. I said, don't take it seriously. They actually love you, you know. This is Vrindavan. Things are a little different here. I never heard such language anywhere. I've been all over India. I'm a businessman. I travel to Gujarat. I travel to UP. I travel to Delhi, South India. I never heard such language I heard in Vrindavan. It's okay. Jai Radhe. That's life. We have the sweetest of the sweet and the bitterest of the bitter. Nothing sweeter than Radharani's name. Prabhupada Saraswati says in Radha Suniti, you can search all the Vedas, all the Agamas, all the Shrutis, all the Smritis, all the Itihasas, you can, all the Upanishad, everything you can search, and thousands and millions of verses, but you won't find two akshars, two syllables sweeter than these two syllables. The entire Vedic collection, Radha. So that's the fact. So it's a fact you get some bitter pinching. You get pinched, your ego gets heavily pinched here in Vrindavan. That's what Radharani's name is here also. It's in the air, it's on the trees, it's in the hearts, it's everywhere. So take a little sweetness and take a little beating and go. Hit the road. Vrindavan, you can't find a little Vrindavan. When I've moved around India with some friends sometimes, and every time we go somewhere, they always compare it. What do they compare it to? Vrindavan. So Vrindavan is the ultimate comparing place. Like we went to Pushkar, a little village in Rajasthan, and little tiny shops, and my friends said, this reminds you of Vrindavan. Then we went to Nathdwara, and the Srinathji is there, and they said, this reminds you more of Vrindavan. They were selling little deities and incense and oil and all these different things. Like in Pushkar, they're just selling little camels, little stuffed camels. Little bronze camels and brass camels, and little boxes, wooden boxes, and little like gifts. But Nathdwara is a spiritual town, and it's for Nachi, so many incense and murtis and clothes and Gopal outfits and stuff. So like that. So where are we? So we're on this verse. Okay, that's the end of the chapter. I just want to see Prabhupada's Bhagavatam. I have a question on this last verse, verse 44. I want to take a look at it. Hey, Govinda, hey, Gopal. Prabhupada's fervor is really good, by the way. So, everyone can read those, so we're specializing Krishna. Thanks. This is verse 44. Did you read this Sanskrit? Did you read?
Yes.
You read? You read, huh? 44 you read?
No, Madan. 44 I didn't read.
Okay, read it. The translation also.
Ajasya janmo patanashanaya karmanya karturgrahanaya pumsam nanvanyatha korhati deha yogam karo gunanamuta karma tantram. Though Krishna is without birth, he appeared in this world to destroy the wicked. Though without action, the Lord performed actions to attract his devotees. On the other hand, the jivas of this world are dependent on karma and rebirth. How can one who is beyond the gunas take a body and perform material actions?
Here's another translation by Srila Prabhupada. The appearance of Krishna is manifested for the destruction of the demons. Krishna's leelas are transcendental and are performed for the understanding of all persons. Otherwise, since Krishna is transcendental to the modes of nature, what purpose could he have for coming to the earth? I was reading the purport. I had a question, I didn't look it up already, so I'm just looking now. One should always discriminate between the Leelas of Krishna and the activities of ordinary living beings. Thus one may come to the right conclusion regarding the transcendental position of Krishna. One can understand the transcendental nature of Krishna by becoming a devotee and become free from reactions of all past bad karmas. It is said in the Brahma Samhita, Karmadi nirhati kintucha bhakti bhajan. Krishna destroys the karma for his devotees by doing bhakti bhajan, who do bhakti bhajan. It's interesting, Prabhupada's commentary is so much different than Vishnu. Two acharyas can very different angle of vision. That's why the Bhagavatam it says through of Krishna. So what are the characteristics of Krishna? Unlimited. And he expands every moment. So Krishna's newer and newer every moment. Navayoganam, he's always fresh and new. So the Bhagavatam is always fresh and new. And there's 11 major famous commentaries on each verse of the Bhagavatam by 11 acharyas. If you had Prabhupada, it becomes 12. And everyone has a different angle, different emphasis. Same Sanskrit, and they take it in so many different ways. That shows the unlimited variety of Bhagavatam. It's a phenomenal book. Okay, so to relish the glorious superhuman activities of Krishna, such as lifting Govardhan Hill and killing Pudna. Krishna's activities are performed to attract all kinds of people, karmis, jnanis, and bhaktas. So Krishna, it probably just talks in his purport about why Krishna comes. Kill demons, but what's the main reason Krishna comes into the world? I don't mean an avatar, I mean Krishna himself. Swayam Bhagavan Sri Krishna. What's the main purpose of his advent?
To exchange love with the devotees.
To receive the love of his devotees. Krishna will go anywhere for love. That's true of human beings also. You hook up with some girl on the internet, and she's from Australia and you're from India. Won't be long before you're visiting Australia. Why are you going to Australia? Because you think there's a potential to find love there. You have made a contact with a woman in Australia. They're thinking, I'll come down and see her. And she said, yeah, come on down. So Krishna is like, he's human, and his idea is his feelings are like human life. So he's attracted to love. So he comes to this world to taste the love of his devotees. Because they were wise. He comes to taste love. What other reason does he come for?
To kill the demons.
More than that. To relieve them from the pain of separation. Because our bhajan is called Vipralamba Bhajan. Vipralamba Bhajan means bhajan performed in separation. Viraha, separation from Krishna. We're not seeing Krishna, we're not holding hands with Krishna, we're not carrying Krishna on our shoulders, we're not dancing a rasa dance, we're not brushing our on his hair directly. It's only by meditation. We're always saying, Kabe Habe Bola Seder. Kabe and Kada. Kada and Kabe means when. When will I get darshan? These are Sanskrit and Bengali words, meaning when. Kabe and Kada. When will I see Krishna? When will I have a chance to smell his body and touch his body and taste his lips and serve him directly. When will that be? So in separation. Until we come to Baba, at the level of Baba Bhakti, which is a very advanced stage preliminary to prema, everything is separation. But when you hit Baba, then you start to experience union. It's called Sambhog. There's Sambhog Vilas and what's the other one? Yeah, yoga and viyog. Viyog is separation, yoga is union. Or it's called Sambhog and Vira, separation. 4 types of separation, 4 types of union. There's actually subdivisions also, 8 types of union. Anyway, so the point is that our whole bhajan before Baba Bhakti is separation. The Baba Bhakti, then we have three experiences of Krishna. We have Swarti, Viswarti, and then we have 2. And then when we get prema, we can have Saksha Darshan. So then it's no longer sadhana bhakti. When we come to Baba, it's no more sadhana bhakti. It's not Raghunuga sadhana, it's not Vaidhi sadhana, it's prema seva, bhav seva. So our body at that time is not a sadhaka body, it's not called sadhaka sharir, it's called bhavdeha. Bhavdeha, then we can become sadhana siddha and go to Golok Vrindavan, we get Mahabhavdeha. As if we're in Madhurya Rati, Samanjri Dasi Radharani. So let's look at chapter 2. This is second canto, chapter 2. Uddhava is remembering Krishna. So Vidura is wandering around, he meets Uddhava. It's not clear where he met Uddhava, where Vidura met Uddhava. Because after Vidura and Uddhava talked, and Maitreya Muni comes on the scene, and then Uddhava goes to Badrikashram. Sometimes I've heard people say that Uddhava and Vidura had discussion in Gurugram. There's a place called, what used to be called Gorgaon or something?
Earlier it was Gurgaon, now it's Gurugram.
Yeah, it's called Gurugram. What does the word gram mean? Village, not a gram. So it's a village. The Guru in this case was Uddhava, and the disciple was Vidura. So the second chapter, Uddhava is reminiscing about Krishna. He's feeling great separation. Because when did Uddhava last see Krishna? Where? Where and when? Yeah, in Dwarka, Pravasa Kshetra. Krishna left this world in Pravasa Kshetra. And he taught Uddhava, what did he teach Uddhava? He taught 11th Canto of Bhagavatam was taught by Krishna to Uddhava. I believe, I may be wrong, I believe it was taught in Pravasa Kshetra, which is in West India somewhere, near Dwarka. Do you know where it is? Pravasa. Look out on the phone. Pravasa Kshetra. So I'll be curious, I don't really know.
It's near Dwaraka only.
Yeah, I know, everyone knows that. That's nothing new there. I've known that for 50 years. It's near Dwarka, and all the Pandavas went there, and they, their expansions actually, which we'll learn about. But so Krishna spoke Uddhava Gita, 11th Canto of Bhagavatam to Uddhava. Then he told Uddhava, I'm leaving, I have a mission for you. I know you can't bear to live without my separation, because when you're not with the one you love, you're going to die. So he said, I have a mission for you. You have to go to Badrikashram. You have to give this knowledge that I'm teaching you 11th Canto, you have to give it to Narayana Rishi, and the Rishi at Badrikashram. Very interesting. So this is a very interesting chapter. So Uddhava is describing Krishna Lila in Braja all the way to the Rasa Dam. Before it starts, there's some discussion of glorification of Uddhava. In other words, you ask a question, somebody says, Uddhava remembers Krishna, so someone can say, who is this Uddhava? So, Shuta Goswami, or Shukadeva Goswami is describing to Parikshit, who is Uddhava? What does he say? Who is Uddhava? What does it say in verse 2? What does it say?
That he is
He's a Krishna Bhakta. And as a baby, what did he do?
very great.
He made a Murti of Krishna worshiper. His mother called for breakfast and he said, later, man. I'm doing puja. So verse 3. Even though many years passed, Uddhava did not get old because he was doing service to Krishna. That's pretty interesting. So if you do Krishna seva, you don't get old. That's pretty. Under the influence of seva, you do not age. And there's a verse in chapter 45 of 10th Canto, verse 19, that describes Mathura Leela. Krishna went to Mathura. It says, the old people of Mathura looked young, full of strength and vitality. That's good news, huh? Keep sharing your rounds. It's a fountain of youth. Everyone's searching for a fountain of youth. It's right in your hands, man. And he experienced a different. He was in front of Vidura. Vidura met Uddhava. Uddhava was in an ecstatic trance of samadhi. He was remembering sweetness of Krishna. He had symptoms of ecstasy, sattvic vikars, chapter verse 4 and 5. The most interesting verse is verse number 6. What does it explain? You read this, you studied this. This is the most remarkable verse, most important verse of this chapter is Canto 3, chapter 2, verse 6. Make note of it, because it's very important for us for preaching. What does it mean? What does it show?
That the spiritual world is a plane of consciousness, is not a planet.
What? What's that thing you said?
That spiritual world is a plane of consciousness, is not planet.
Where is that plane of consciousness? One day said, this verse, 3rd Canto, chapter 2, verse 6, the point of this, very significant point that this verse makes is the spiritual sky, Goloka Vrindavan, the spiritual realm, is not, what do you think?
Is not a planet.
It's a plane.
It's not a planet. It's not a loka. It's not a planet. Although it's called Goloka, it's not a planet like moon planet, sun planet, Jupiter, Mars, etc. It's a plane of consciousness. Where is it located?
In the heart.
In the heart full of prema.
Everywhere.
It's everywhere. There's a verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adilita chapter 5, verse 24 or 5. It describes the spiritual sky. I have a little stone here somewhere. Oh, here. Oh, it's here. It's over here. Okay. In Adilita chapter 5, Chaitanya Charitamrita, verse number 24, or 18 to 20, like that. It describes the nature of Vaikuntha, the spiritual realm. It says, it's inside and outside, it's up and it's down, it's in every direction. Sarvaka, it says Sarvakata. It says Vivu Sarvakata. Vivu means It's very grand and very powerful, Vibhu, and it's Sarvagatas in every direction. Upari, it's up and it's down. So anytime that you have Bhava or Prem, as a level of Prem, you can enter the spiritual sky. It's called Leela Pravesh, entering the Leela. So verse number, Canto 3, verse 2, my Gurudev pointed this out to me. This verse proves the power of Leela Smaran. In Raghunaga Bhakti, we do what is called Leela Smaran. We try to meditate on the eternal Leelas of Radha Krishna in the spiritual world, and enter there and sit there as a mandri, and we try to do Seva Radha Krishna in our Leela. So we're just trying to get some visualization of it, some picture in the lower status of bhakti, lower levels of bhakti. But when we come to prema, we can actually enter in there, and we'll see our spiritual daya, and we'll move in our siddha daya, and we'll directly do seva, and we'll touch Krishna, we'll smell Krishna, we'll taste Krishna. We'll come back from that. We may play holy in our meditation. We may meditate on Holy Lila, which Holy Lila begins on Vasant Panchami and goes to Guru Purnim. In Golok Vrindavan and also Bhom Vrindavan here, Holy Lila is for 40 days. Vasant Panchami in Magh Mahina until Phalgun Mahina Purnima. Phalgun Purnima is 40 days. Every day holy colors. So in the level of Prema, you Lila Pravesh. You enter the Lila and you sit there, you fill up colors, pitchkari, syringes are running, and they're throwing colors and Krishna throws colors on you. That's your meditation. You wake up and your dirty saris full of colors. That's possible. So that's how real Lila Smaran it can be. So this verse is saying that. Because Vidura went and met Uddhava. When he met Uddhava, Uddhava's eyes were closed, he was meditating. Like sometimes I'm in my room chanting, I'm in my temple room chanting, my eyes are closed, and so the door opens up. Somebody comes in, I don't turn around, I keep chanting. So people don't understand, oh, he's chanting Japa, so they stay and they go or whatever. You know, it depends on how much heavy vibration I'm in. If they get the idea, don't mess with me, don't bother me, then they go all the way and say, Maharaj. And if I don't say anything, then they go also. So try to see the scene. You should try to not only read what you're seeing, read the books, but see the books. See what you're reading. Because it's not a movie. It's a book with words on a page. It's only 2-dimensional, length and width. But you have to enter into 4 dimensions, length, width, and life. Length, width, and consciousness. Length, width, depth, and consciousness is 4 dimensions. Length, width, and depth, and consciousness. Because the reality they're reading about is conscious. This is conscious reality. It's not, about some car or something. It's not a book about cars. It's a book about persons, conscious entities, transcendental beings, avatars, and Vaishnavas. So we have to try to perceive the book on all the levels that the book is on. The book is not only on the level of 3 levels of material planes, it's on the 4th level, which is consciousness. It's on the level of consciousness. So who is speaking? Where are they? Well, I don't know. I ask you, where is this conversation going on? So I give you some idea. Guru Ram. It's not a Babaji ashram. It's not a Prabhat station. It's not in Delhi. So it's important. Where are you moving? Where are you now? Who's speaking? How did you get here? And why are they talking? Why is he going there? Why is he there asking Uddhava? Who's Uddhava? That's what I'm telling you who Uddhava is. So just try to see the scene. You say you identify with one of the characters. That's called The goes in with a Sanskrit. Sadarni Karan. Sadarni Karan. Sadarni Karan. So the word Sadaran means equalization, means common. It means common. Sadaran means common. Like the Rati, the love of Kuja, is called Sadarani Rati. Rati means loving attachment. She had lust for Krishna, but not for anybody else. Because her lust was directed to God, it was spiritual lust. It's just a little bit mixed because she's a little selfish also. She wanted to enjoy Krishna, but not nobody else. So it's just prem. It's lowest level prem, called Sadarani. And there's Samanjasa, which means give and take, queens of the world. And there's Samartha. Samartha is the queens of, the gois of Vrindavan. Everything for Krishna, nothing for me. Art means value, benefit, art, dharma, art, come, looks. All the benefit, everything, whatever he wants, I'll give him. I don't want anything, I just want his happiness. That's called Samartha Rati. The attachment, the self-forgetful, loving attachment. I forget myself. I'm immersed and submerged in the happiness of my lover. And if he's happy, I'm happy. If he's unhappy, I'm unhappy. That's the goi's love. So Sadarni Karan is a practice of mixing your heart and mind with the heart and mind of an eternal associate of Krishna. In this case, Uddhava. So what's going on here? So we have to think, what's Uddhava? Uddhava's meditating on Krishna because he's missing him. He's in separation. He's remembering all the time he was his advisor, his counselor. Who is the father of Uddhava?
What's this, brother?
What's the name? It's Deva something. Begins with Deva something. There's Vasudeva and his name is Deva something.
Yes.
Can't remember. So the brother, Krishna's brother is the father of Uddhava. So what does that make Uddhava and Krishna? They're cousins, brothers, like brothers basically in Indian culture. They're brothers. That's right. What color is Uddhava? Shamran. What color is Krishna? Shamran. So they're very, very close. Devabhaga, that's it. Thank you. Guru. Anyway, thank you. I appreciate it. Devabhaga. Devabhaga is the brother of Vasudeva and the father of Uddhava. So he's the uncle of Krishna. Uddhava is about the same age as Krishna, a little older. So he's in meditation on Krishna, and Vidura comes to take his darshan and get his sadhu sangha. He sees he's in samadhi. And then, so somehow he can understand that somebody was in front of him. So verse 6 describes samadhi bhanga. What does that mean?
The
Breaking of samadhi. Gradually returning to this world from Krishna's abode. So it makes it sound like you went up a spaceship. You got Elon Musk's spaceship, went to Mars. He came back. Oh, how's Mars? Oh, it's really cool, man. There are a lot of guys out there green. They're all Rav Bhaktas. Jai Ram. So, if he came from that boat, what do you mean? What do you mean he came from that boat? He was in Leela Paresh. He entered Krishna's Leela in the spiritual world. He came from the spiritual world. He's sitting in India. But he was in the spiritual world in his consciousness, his meditation. Very important verse for Leela Smaran, preaching Leela Smaran. It's funny, he rubbed his eyes like a little kid waking up. Oh, Bobby, good morning. Hello, who are you? I'll be here. Must have noticed me who he is already. Bhagavat Loka, Bhagavat Loka. Loka means plane, means layer, sphere, realm, not planet. So prema, you can have lila, you can go to the spiritual world. You return external consciousness. That's a great verse. I want to point it out because you should remember this verse. It's very important for your own faith and for your own faith in the daily practice of Lila Smaran. You should know it's real. But here's an example of someone doing Lila Smaran right in the Bhagavatam. With our Mukhya Praman, our main evidence, our main shastra for evidence, Mukhya means chief, primary, main. Praman means evidence. Evidence, fact, truth is the Bhagavatam. You find Lila Smaran and the description, a plane of consciousness. This Vrindavan is a plane of consciousness. Jayam. So let's go on here. Turn to page 36, verse number 12. Read that verse number 12. Yamarjalila Upayakam Swayoga.
Yadmatyalita Upayakam Swayoga Maya Balam Darshayata Vihitam Vismapanam Swasya Cha Saubhagadhe Param Padam Bhushana Bhushanangam.
This verse, the last line, is the most important line. It's also a very important verse. Param Padam Bhushanam Bhushanangam. Anga means body, means limb, means part. Like anga, I say anga. I say Kamgaj ananga means no body. So anga means arm, it means body, it means part, it means division. So bhushana means ornament. So Krishna's body ornaments the ornaments. Usually a man or a woman wears necklaces and bracelets and rings and fancy belts and, this kind of like earrings and all these things, all what we call jewelry, ornamentation, decoration, to beautify their body, to make them look more attractive, and more fashionable, more beautiful. But this is the distinctive quality of Bhagavan Sri Krishna, that the ornaments will look more beautiful when they're on his body. And his body is much more beautiful than any diamonds or emeralds or pearls. So this verse is always quoted by the Goswami. This last line of this verse, 3:2:12, Bhushana Bhushanangam. He's ornament, his physical, his transphysical, his transcendental bodily beauty makes the ornaments on his body look beautiful. That's pretty amazing. Paramparam, what does that mean? What does pada mean?
Feet.
It means feet, it means place, it means location. Param means what? Topmost, supreme, transcendental. So parampara means big feet. Or it means transcendental feet. Or it means topmost feet or topmost place. Or position. Param also means position. So Vishnu says that Narayan, Vishnu, wants to see Krishna. What's the Leela that describes that?
He kidnaps, Vishnu kidnaps.
They weren't specific. The question is, what's the Leela that shows that Vishnu Vaikuntha wants to see Krishna? Do you guys ever read 10th Canto? There's a book called Sarta Darshini, published by somebody you may know. Guys are embarrassing me. Come on, kids. Dwarka Leela. There was a Brahmin who lived in Dwarka. Who is the king of Dwarka? Wrong. Who is the king of Mathura? Who is his father? After Kansa was killed, who became the king? Where did everybody move after they left Mathura? Who became the king of Dwarka? Or who is the king of Dwarka? What's Krishna? He's a playboy of Dwarka. He's not the playboy of Dwarka. He's the king living in Dwarka. The big one. Got 16,000 queens. Not a small time. So he gave the kingship to Ugrasena. Although he was right by the king, he gave it. Because there's a curse that the Yadavas can never be the rulers. That's why Yudhishthira got banished, all long stories in Mahabharata. So he put Ugrasena in charge. Anyway. So there's a Brahmin living in Dwarka, and every time his wife had a kid, he had 7 kids, 10, 9, 10 kids. Every kid died at birth. So he bring the dead kid to the king, Ugrasena, and said, "You're a king, you're responsible for the welfare and life of the Praja." Praja, the word Praja, the king is called what? He's called Prajapati. Pati means king, means lord, means master. So he's a master. Praja means living entities, means dogs and cats and cows and birds and human beings and babies, everybody. So the king is responsible for the welfare and life of everyone in his kingdom, even the alligators and birds and fish. This made a king, Ram Raja, a king like Ram. So Ugrasena's the king, and this Brahmin's sons are dying all the time. So he's blaming the king. He said, "What kind of king are you?" Because the king does yajna, and the yajnas he makes all the devas happy, and he makes Yamaraj happy because he invites him to the yajna, and he gets paid, and Yamaraj is cool, and he doesn't kill anybody untimely. It's called, untimely death, what's the Sanskrit for it? Akala Mrityu. Akala Mrityu. Akala Mrityu means untimely death, death out of time, wrong time death. So babies aren't supposed to die, they're supposed to live 100 years. So he said, "You're a bogus king, you're not ruling properly. 10 kids of mine died. What kind of Kshatriya are you?" So it's a long thing. So what happened, what the background of it was, that Vishnu was taking all those kids because he wanted to force Krishna to come to Vaikuntha. So Arjun, long story, Arjun, when the king came and insulted Ugrasena and said, "You're a bogus king," for the 10th time, Arjun was in the Siddharma assembly house. He was there hearing this Brahmin complain. And Arjun said, "Listen, when your wife gets pregnant for the 10th time, my name is Kandivaraj, my name is Arjun, I'm Vijay Saka, all these different things, yeah, different names. I'm Arjun. I promise that I'll protect your wife and your son won't die, or your child won't die. If your son dies, I'll kill him, I'll jump in the fire and burn up." So then the 10th kid was born, and he died, but he disappeared. Every 9 other kids died, but the body was there. They could do the Antyasti ceremony, samskara, burning the kid. They couldn't even find the body. Kid died and disappeared. And so the king went and said, "Arjun, you're a braggart. You're bragging. You're just a big hot air. You're a bogus kshatriya, just like you were saying. So you have to jump in the fire and hold up your promise." So Arjun was about to jump in the fire, and Krishna said, "Wait a minute, you can't do this. Let's go check this out." So they went to Yamaloka, they couldn't find the kids. So they went here and there. Then they went to Vaikuntha. They traveled all the way to Vaikuntha. And they met Vishnu. They said Vishnu, and Vishnu was very happy because Vishnu wanted to get darshan of Krishna. The whole pastime was orchestrated, arranged by Yogamaya and Lord Vishnu. So Vishnu could get darshan of Krishna. This is described in the 89th chapter of the 10th Canto of Bhagavatam. So that's what this verse says in the commentary. Even the Lord Vaikuntha wants to have Krishna's darshan. So then all the kids came back to the Brahman, got all his kids back, and he was happy again. A happy ending. So Vishnu got a great extent to get the darshan of Krishna. You're like, what a Leela he orchestrated. It's described in the Bhagavatam that Arjuna, with his arrows, he made a house, a roof over the house of the Brahman. Brahman lived in the house. He used an astrodome. He made a dome of arrows. The sun couldn't even come through the arrows. It was so dense. He could shot his arrows, made a hole so nobody could get inside to kill the kid. Mystic armor. So the kid died and disappeared. Arjuna was really embarrassed. So Krishna told her a good lesson, watch for your mouth. Somebody's so proud of him. So that's a nice reminder. Okay, let's see what else we got. What's that?
423.
Okay. So, Buddha is speaking. These verses, of course, are all spoken by Uddhava. Who is he speaking to? Vidura. So read verse 14.
Yasyanuraga plutaha sarasa leelavaloka pratilabdhanvana Prajastriyo dribhir anupravritta dhiyo vatastu khilakritya sesha.
Please translation.
The women of Raja, after pastimes of laughter, rasas and exchanges of glances, followed him with their eyes when he left. And thus they sat down with stunned intelligence and could not finish their household duties.
Buddha, of course, he met the gopis. He came to Vrindavan for a couple of months, 2 or 3 months, maybe longer. And he met them, and he met Yashodananda and tried to remind him about Krishna. And he learned so much about the gopis' love. So here he's glorifying the gopis' love to Vidura. Look in, you can say, look in verse 39, the commentary. While the gopis were doing household chores, if they suddenly saw Krishna, they would become motionless and not finish their chores. The love of the gopis astonished the whole universe, including Krishna himself. The women of Braj, the Braj street, the women of Braj were bewildered because of their excessive prema. Let's see how Prabhupada handles this verse. I'm curious to see. Third canto, whatever it says.
Second chapter, 14th verse.
Okay. 14th verse. Very nice commentary, Prabhupada. When Prabhupada writes about Vrindavan, he really takes off. Here's Prabhupada's translation of verse 14, chapter 2 of the third canto. The damsels of Braj, after pastimes of laughter, humor, and exchanges of glances, were anguished when Krishna left them. The gopis used to follow Krishna with their eyes, and thus they sat down with stunned intelligence and could not finish their household duties. In his boyhood in Vrindavan, Krishna was notorious as a teasing friend and transcendental love to all the girls. That's a beautiful sentence. A teasing friend and transcendental love to all the girls, his age. His love for them was so intense, there's no comparison to that ecstasy. And the damsels of Braj were so much attached to Krishna that their affection excelled the great bhaktas and great devotees like Brahma and Shiva. Krishna finally admitted his transcendental affection, his defeat. He admitted his defeat before the transcendental affection of the gopis and declared that he was unable to repay them for their unalloyed affection. Although the gopis were seemingly anguished by Krishna's teasing behavior, when Krishna would leave them, they couldn't tolerate the separation. They used to follow him with their minds and eyes. They were stunned in separation and couldn't finish their household duties. No one could excel Krishna, even in the dealings of love exchanged between boys and girls. It is said in Shastra that Krishna never goes beyond the boundary of Vrindavan. What's it say?
Vrindavanam parityajya padam ekam na gacchati.
Vrindavanam parityajya ekam padam ekam na gacchati. Krishna doesn't take a step out of Vrindavan. Krishna stays in Vrindavan eternally because of the transcendental love of the Vrajvasis. Thus, even though Krishna is not visible at present, he is not away from Vrindavan for a minute. That's beautiful. Fantastic. Very touching commentary. This Prabhupada was a Vrindavan man. Prabhupada said, where's Prabhupada's eternal home? Close. Answer the close. The Radhamara is not in the spiritual world. I mean, that's deity. Krishna, Radharani Krishna. Krishna said, my eternal home is Seva Kunj. I mean, eternal home means the home of Siddhadeya. So in his Manjari Srup, he's serving in Seva Kunj, and in Sadhguru Guru Srup, he's also writing Bhagavatam and translating Bhagavatam in Seva Kunj, because that's where Radhamara temple is located, in Seva Kunj, Vrindavan. We lived there for 3 years in the kitchen. In the old days, you could live there, now you can't live there. It was a great time. This love astonished the whole world. This Vishnu commentary is nice, but Prabhupada is fantastic. Read page 40. The Gopal we read beginning with he is not Narayan, bottom of the page.
Verse.
It's verse 15, commentary.
Yes.
Thus,
He is not Narayana coming from Vaikuntha, or Kshirodakshai coming from the milk ocean, or Naranarayana or Vamana coming from their abodes to make an appearance in this world. Though all these forms have their eternal abodes, when Krishna appears, he comes with all these amshas. Since they merge within Krishna, the Lord of them all, thus all doubts are resolved. This is in accordance with the statements of the sages.
what is the Sanskrit that describes that quality of Krishna? Sarvavatari.
Avatari.
Sarvavatari Bhagavan. Sarvavatari means all the avatars are in who?
Krishna.
Krishna. Look at verse 17. Read Sanskrit and English.
धुनोति चेत स्मरतो ममैत यदाहपादावधिवन्यपित्रो ताताम्बकंसा गुरुसङ्कितानां प्रसीदतं नो कृतनिष्कृतीनां. Remembering his conduct, my heart fills with pain.
Who's speaking?
Uddhava is speaking. Bowing at the feet of his parents, he asked, O father, O mother, forgive us, because being greatly fearful of Kamsa, we could not serve you.
So read the last sentence, last two sentences. How can I forget?
How can I forget his humility, conforming to convention,
Which conforms to convention.
which conforms to convention, which nourished his sweetness, even though he is the highest form of
Bhagavan.
Bhagavan. His conduct pierces my heart like an arrow. This is the lamentation of Uddhava.
Yeah. So he's talking about sweetness of prema and humility. So he's remembering Krishna, and he's probably crying also. Okay, let's see what else we have. Page 45. Verse 23, this is the most famous verse of this chapter. As far as philosophical point, the other verse I said about plain liberation, Buddha returning from Dwarkana's meditation, that's philosophical point. And this point is also philosophical. This verse is the most famous verse of this chapter. But for the point of Smara and Raghunatha, the other verse is the most important.
अहोबकीयं स्तनकालकूटं जिगांसयापाय यदप्यसाध्वी लेभे गतिं दातृचितं ततोऽन्यं कम्बा दयालुं शरणं व्रजेमा. Even evil Putana, who offered her poisonous breast to Krishna to drink with the intention of killing him, attained the position of a nurse in the spiritual world. Who else is so merciful? I surrender to him.
So this is third canto, chapter 2, verse 23. Who heard this verse and what happened after they heard this verse?
When Sukadeva Goswami heard this verse, he became Krishna Bhakta, because before he was
He became
realizing
attracted to
attracted
Krishna.
to Krishna, because before he was realizing Brahman, so he was.
The Vaitavadi. What did she say?
Then Sukadeva Goswami
Question was, who heard this verse and what was their response? So this verse was spoken by the disciples of Vyasadeva, who went searching for the son of Vyasadeva named Shukadeva Goswami. Shukadeva Goswami was, say, 16 years in the womb of his mother and came out, he was Brahman realized. So, what verse of the Gita does this pastime of Shukadeva Goswami becoming a devotee. That's proved.
The superiority of bhakti over.
What? No, I don't think it's. I'm asking this, first of all, the disciples of Vyasadeva spoke this verse, 3rd Canto, chapter 223, in the forest, and Shukadeva Goswami heard it. Shukadeva Goswami was Brahman realized, and he was immersed in Brahman until he detached. He was naked, he was Nagna Baba. He had no, everything was all one, everything was one. He didn't see man or woman or anything. He didn't see any duality, only saw oneness everywhere. Brahman everywhere. Everything's Brahman. I am Brahman, everything's Brahman. And he heard this verse. What quality of Krishna does this verse describe? Compassion, karuna. So this amazing karuna of Krishna described in this verse, where Uddhava is speaking this verse, 3rd Canto, Uddhava is saying, see how merciful Krishna is. This witch Putna came to kill him, and he gave her prema. He killed her and gave her prema and gave her spiritual body as a nurse in the spiritual world. In Vatsalya, in parental love, motherly love. A woman came to kill him, and he made him his mother, made her his mother. So that's extreme, unlimited, inconceivable compassion. So this change of heart of Shukadeva from awakened impersonalist to a personalist, from a non-devotee to a Vaishnava, what verse of the Gita does this prove? The tattva that's described in Gita is proven by Shukadeva Goswami in this verse, where he's converted from impersonalist to a personalist, worship of Brahman to worship of Bhagavan. What?
Brahmano Pratishtha. Brahmabhuta Prasannatmana Sursati.
No. I'll give you a hint. 18th chapter. No. I'll torture you guys, huh? 54.
54.
Brahma Bhuta Prasanatma Saraswati
Madhbhakti labhate param.
Madhbhakti Lavate Brahma. What does it mean? It means someone's in Brahman platform becomes a devotee. In the commentaries in this Gita verse, they cite Shukadeva Goswami. Tricky question, huh? There's a verse from Gita, 1854, there's Brahma Bhuta Prasanatma. Brahma Bhuta means someone is absorbed in Brahman, they're blissful. Prasan, hasa means laughter. Prasan means excessive laughter. Prasa, prahasan, atma. Praha, ha, 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 ha. Hasyaras. Hasyaras means comedy, humor, laughter. Prahasam, Prakristarena, means excessive, intense humor, intense bliss. Atma. Atma means body, Atma means mind, Atma means soul. So someone's versed in Brahman, he's experiencing what? Brahmananda. What's Brahmananda compared to? A drop in the ocean of bhakti.
It cannot be even compared to that.
It can't be compared to a drop of the bliss of prema, prem sindhu. Brahmananda is one bindu, and prema is a sindhu. Sindhu is ocean, bindu is drop. So you want a drop or a sindhu, you want a drop or an ocean. You can't surf in a drop. If I'm going to surf, you need an ocean, no? Got waves. Prema Sangha. Bhakti Taranga. So that's pretty interesting. So look at the commentary. There's some hope for you guys if you ever dress up and join. You guys will get a good slap today. All you guys are dressed like devotees. The question is, how do devotees dress? This is how they dress. Gobi skirts and t-shirts and sweatshirts and sweatpants. No more saris, no more dhotis, no more skirts and stuff. New age types. What does it say? What does it say? Michael, what does it say? Feel good? What does it say? I can't read it.
See God.
See good.
See good. It should say be good.
See good in all things.
Oh, okay. Well, you should be good. Okay. Good thing I can't read. It might be hard for me to find. I'm so good over there. So, Krishna attained position in Goloka like a nurse of Krishna. Krishna has two eternal nurses named Ambika and Kalimba. Purna only had the dress of a devotee, yet she attained love of a devotee. This shows Krishna's quality of giving liberation and bhakti to even those who hate him. So this point is often made that Purna dressed like a devotee. So you dress like a devotee, there's a chance you might get liberated. So you may not do any damn thing, any damn bhakti, no chanting beads or anything, but just at least wear a kurta and a dhoti, wear a sari and choli, and you chance you get saved. Otherwise, you won't wear other stuff, you gotta do bhakti. You can't depend on your dress. You better do some good bhakti. So pray your puja for a kripa. They proved the kripa, man. She's a devotee, yeah, she's a good devotee. Yeah, that has a different name, I guess, now, I don't know. Okay, page 48, verse 28. I think it's time now, what time is it?
444.
Okay, keep going here.
Kaumarim darshayam chestam prekshaniyam grachaukasam rudannivaha sanmugda balasimhabalokanam.
Translation.
Showing his attractive infant pastimes to the people of Braja, he would pretend to weep to get what he wanted and laugh when he got those
Same old game. Everything starts there, right? Krishna did fake crying to get what he wanted. You know about that, Krishna? You know about that stuff? You fall for it? You did in the beginning, without doubt, huh? First 6 months you fell for it. And then you learn the tricks. Okay, go on.
When demons attacked, he appeared like a young lion, showing his bravery in spite of his fear.
He was afraid when he showed bravery. That's interesting. I gotta see what he says. That's really amazing. He was afraid. I never knew that. I knew that. Whatever it's like. What verse is it?
28.
28 Gurudev.
That's pretty interesting. Yeah, that's the first time hearing that. He was actually afraid. I thought it was no afraid. They always smile when they're attacking. He was actually afraid. What a translation is that one? Check this out. 21, 22, 30. That's the translation.
Yes.
I guess the emperor is dead and there's no covering.
What?
Oh, Yeah. Turn the power on and off. What the speaker's not working? Right, Sham. Right. That's always someone did different things here. Couldn't answer it into the speaker.
Yes,
The Prabhupada's translation is so different. You see the translation from it. I see the same word. Okay. This doesn't work, huh? That's weird. Right. Oh, he sounds surprised here, huh? This sanitize. Right. That's right. Red lights on?
The on and we can just instruct it.
Right.
It's on and
Right, Sean. Right. Well, I just have to speak louder. That's all.
This extension doesn't work.
The extension problem. The contact here.
That's right. Extensions always give us trouble sometimes. Yeah, there's other extensions in the box now. Right in metal box, with Madanga's box. Elmira on the bottom shelf. Two extensions. Bring both extensions. Prabhupada has an interesting translation here. Listen everyone, this is 28 another translation. You see how different it is from the book. When Krishna displayed his activities just suitable for childhood, he was visible only to the Brajvasis. Sometimes he would cry and sometimes laugh like a child. And while so doing, he would appear like a lion cub. You see that? Quite different. Because in the verse it says, Bala Sima Lokana. You see the Sanskrit?
yes,
Bala means kid. Sim means, Bala Sima means a baby lion. Loka means looking. Lochan means eye. Oh, it's working now. Our technical electric technician is right. This extension cord has given us trouble many times. I think we retire this guy. We had repair calls on it, it always fools up. So, this interesting point of comparison here. Look at this last line, Bala Sima Lokana. It means a lion cub. So what happened to? Oh, okay. Oh, it's in here, same thing. When demons attack, what does he say? What does Banaswami say?
when
he
he
appeared
was
like a young lion.
showing his bravery in spite of his fear.
That's really I really like it. No. Which I guess that's what the Kama Vishnu brings at that point. Very interesting point, because the point of Vishnu's commentary, thank you, is mentioned it's incorporated in the translation. He's showing his bravery in spite of fear. It's not in the Sanskrit. You see that? There's no Sanskrit words to support that phrase. So, but the commentary describes that point. So this, you have to be aware that Swami's translation, he mixes the commentary in his English translation. Do you understand? That's why I look at different books when looking at verses. I look at the Sanskrit, I say this translation is not supported by the verse. Like for example, Chaitanya Charitamrita. The Lord Chaitanya was chanting Nam Sankirtan. That's what the Bengali said. And Prabhupada translates it. Lord Chaitanya was chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Nam Sankirtan can mean that, but it can mean Govind Hare 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 Nama Krishna Yadavaya Nama, which he did chant, described in Chaitanya Bhagavatam, or he can chant Gopal Govindaram Shri, or Hari Murari Nikunjavana Mali, Hari Murari Nikunjavana Mali. These are the kind of mantras he chanted now second Hari Nam. So you have to, if you want to know exactly what the verse says, you have to know Sanskrit actually, word for word. That's why it's good the word for word is there. So the word for word is in Bengali, Chaitanya Charitamrita. There's Nam Sankirtan is the holy names of Krishna. But the translation in English is not showing what this is not matching. So showing his bravery in spite of fear is not in the Sanskrit, but it's in the commentary. Read the commentary of Vishnu.
Krishna displayed crying like a child without the typical symptoms of tears. In front of the elder woman, he would seem to cry, stubbornly asking for things that should be given to him. And then when he got them, he would smile and laugh. When fierce demons came to Vraja, Krishna appeared just like a young lion who, though afraid of fierce animals in the forest, threatens them by showing his bravery. This caused anxiety in his parents who had affection for him.
Nice, thank you. Let's read Prabhupada's commentary, it's quite nice. I really like to read when Prabhupada talks about Vrindavan. It really touches my heart. This is particularly Vrindavan area of the Bhagavatam. This is Prabhupada's commentary in 3rd Canto, chapter 2, verse 28. Sarti is going on. Or maybe Bogov If anyone wants to enjoy the childhood pastimes of Krishna, then one has to follow the residents of Vrindavan, like Nanda, Upananda, and others. A child may insist on having something and cry, like anything to get it. This is really good. Prabhupada has 5 kids, so he knows. Disturbing the whole neighborhood. I really like these purports from Prabhupada. They're very, very sweet, very, very sweet. They cry like anything to get it, disturbing the whole neighborhood. And then immediately after achieving the desired thing, he laughs. Sound familiar? Such crying and laughing are enjoyable to parents and elderly members of the family. So Krishna wanted to simultaneously cry and laugh, and this way merge his devotee parents in the rasa of transcendental pleasure. These incidents are enjoyable only by the resident of Braj. Sometimes when attacked in the forest by demons, Krishna would appear to be struck with wonder, but he looked on them like the cub of a lion and killed them. Well, that's a really interesting angle. This is from his interpretation of Sita Avaloka, was it? What does it sound good?
Bala Simhavalokana.
Bala Simha Avalokanam. Bala Simha means baby lion, baby tiger. Bala Simha. So Prabhupada said, they're really cool. Sometimes a demon would attack Krishna in the forest. He would look on them like a lion cub and kill them. His childhood companions would be struck with wonder. They would come home and they would narrate the stories to their parents. Everyone would appreciate the qualities of their Krishna. Their Krishna. Mama Tavav, my Krishna. You have your Giriraj, I have my Giriraj. My Giriraj is better than your Giriraj. My Giriraj is smooth, yours is rough. My Giriraj is small, yours is fat. My Giriraj says, I just know it, your Giriraj ain't got none. Mama Tavav. My father is bigger than your father. Child Krishna. What? Everyone would appreciate the qualities of their Krishna. Child Krishna did not belong only to his parents, none of Yashoda. He was the son of all the elderly inhabitants of Vrindavan and the friend of all the contemporary boys and girls. Everyone loves Krishna. You guys agree? Yes, say yes.
Yes.
Krishna was the life and soul of everyone, including the animals, the cows, and the calves. Great purport. Really dynamic, sweet. Can't miss out these purports. Okay, Srimad Bhagavatam ki. That's it for Saturday Bhagavatam class. So next Saturday, by Krishna's mercy, we'll meet again. Yeah, thank you. And discuss, there's about 3 of them out there.